Hello, water signs. Happy Friday. The cards wanted to speak to you a lot today, like they have been. Either that or I'm very affinitive with water signs. So, Five of Swords. This is a card that can be seen in a very negative light, and air signs got this too. They got it in a sort of different way. But I feel like your reading is almost similar to theirs, where it's talking about trying to live by your values. So this card, it talks about betrayal. It talks about, the thinking that the ends justifies the means, winning at all cost, and not necessarily realizing what that cost is going to be, or understanding how, like, maybe you realize you see this character in the background walking away and the birds hovering over him, almost like they're expecting him to die, right? So the costs, this person here, they're happy they've won, but if you, let me see if it'll zoom in on their face. If you look at their face, they're not entirely sure. They don't look super confident or super happy that they've won. They're not sure this is ultimately going to work out for them, right? So this can be a card of, yeah, you've won, but then after you've won, you're like, what was the purpose of that? Why did I do that? And the clarifiers are the Lovers and the Nine of Wands. Now, the Lovers is about a choice between two things. And to me, this is a choice of, is it worth it to win? Is it worth it to do this betrayal? Is it worth what you're going to have to pay to win? And that's a choice you're going to have to make. It can be about romance, but to me, this is looking more like it's about either work-life balance or something to do with work and career, with finances. So the Nine of Wands, this is a card of defense. It's a card of anticipating what you're going to need to be defensive about, and then taking action and preparing and planning for that defense. It's a card of perseverance and determination. So you're preparing to win, but you're making a choice on how you're going to win, what you're going to do in order to win, and what you're going to give up versus what you want to keep. And then we have Princess of Cups. This, you can see it's obviously fall. And these trees, she's clearly standing on the ground, but these trees are kind of sideways and around, right? The way that they're growing, they're all kind of growing sort of like around the earth. So this is a card of blood. It can be a card of family. It can be a card of passion. It's a card of inspiration. The princess, she's a free spirit. She's learning about different things, and she's gathering up that knowledge. And it's stuff that she's very passionate about. It's stuff that she really cares about. And she's gathering up that knowledge, preparing to take a new step forward. And the clarifiers were the well, the Nine of Swords, and strength. So the well is kind of like the princess. It's about inspiration. It can be about spiritual inspiration, but it's more like creative inspiration that comes from deep within, from looking within yourself and using that guidance to come up with a solution. So the well is creativity in that sense. And Nine of Swords, I just heard the book of your life. So this is typically about anxiety and fear. It's about your thoughts getting the best of you, and in a negative way, not having confidence in yourself sometimes, or your abilities, or letting what like other people say about you have too much precedence in your life, as opposed to what you think of yourself, letting other people influence you too much. And then we have strength, which is not physical exterior strength. It can be. It's more talking about inner strength, talking about the ability to calm the negative aspects of your mind. These Nine of Swords, talking about the ability to tame your thoughts, to tame particularly the negative ones, to get out of that. The candle flame is really turning up, and it's got three flames. I don't know if you can see it. It's really turning up. I don't know how it's got three flames now. But it was like super high at one point when it was flickering really bright like that. So this is all about using your inner strength, your inner calm, your ability to get rid of these nasty thoughts, put them in their place, be creative about it, and not give in to them when you're having this inspiration about how you're going to win whatever it is that you're trying to win. You know, whatever this choice is that you're trying to make. And then we have Ten of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles. So Ten of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles, these are cards about satisfaction at work and having, living the good life, so to speak, having whatever you need, having luxuries, being self-sufficient. It can also be about living with your ideals, living within those ideals instead of what other people want for you or deem for you. And that's how it was with air signs too, if you want to look at that reading. So this Ten of Pentacles in particular, the father, he looks like he's either leaning up against this chair or he's trying to push this chair, and it's very heavy. And the grandfather, he's sitting here. He looks, like he's achieved a lot. He can relax. He's comfy, but he's asleep, or he's looking very worriedly at the granddaughter and the dog. Whereas the father's looking very harried and stressed out. The mother is focused on hanging this huge blue pentacle on the wall. So this huge symbol of communication and physical things, right? That's been achieved from work. And you'll notice that the pentacles are all, there's one it could be a shield, it could be a plaque. There's one that's hanging here. There's two carved in the doorway. There's four carved on the chair side. There's one on the messenger bag. So the pentacles are achieved very diversely. Maybe more than one job or more than one person contributing to it. Grandpa has four pentacles. Dad has one pentacle. Mom has one, and the house itself has two in the doorway. So it could be multiple jobs. It could be multiple people contributing to the income to help grow it. But the problem is they all look tired. They're all focused on what they're doing except for the girl, she's the only one focused on somebody else. She's focused on the dog, right? And she's telling the dog, here, keep your chin up, lift your head up, I've got a treat for you, I'm going to give it to you, just look up. All you have to do is look up. There's a bond between them that seems to be somewhat missing from the three adults. So the problem is work-life balance. You know, you can win by you can get a promotion at work, you can get more hours, you can have this inspiration, be fighting for this new job or this new promotion, but at the same time, it's not helping you. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to live this life of luxury because it's not within your ideals. It's taking you away from what's important to you, from, you know, your child or your grandchild, your spouse or your partner. You know, it's taking you away from your pet. It's yeah, you're living the life of luxury. You've got these 9 of Pentacles and they're carved in stone and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. But you're kind of thinking, well, maybe I don't want that. Maybe this isn't right for me. I need this inspiration to change. Maybe I shouldn't have let them walk away. You know, I shouldn't have let my partner walk away, or my parents. I shouldn't have walked away from them, or my child. I should have reconsidered how this was going to affect me. And it's affecting you, you know, with this 9 of Pentacles, it's affecting you quite negatively. The 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands, all this defensiveness, all this negative thinking, needing to have strength to overcome this. Now, the clarifier for the 9 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles, you know, you can also look at this because you're going from a 10 to a 9. Like, you've completed something, you're starting anew, and you're stepping down, right? You're stepping down from all this hard work and this stress and this straining to having more of a work-life balance, to having more of that free time. Now, the 8 of Cups, this is talking about finding the core purpose of your life, finding the true path that you need or want to be on. It can talk about withdrawal, and this can be like a spiritual journey, but it can also be more of a practical journey if you're thinking that, you know, like your job is too much. It takes you away from, you thought it would be better to have this promotion or to take this job that pays more, but then you're working more hours and it's taking you away from what you realize you actually want. It's creating all the stress in your life. It's creating splits between you and your family. It's not helping you. So this is a card of self-reflection. It's a card of, what path do I want to be on? Can I see the path, and how do I get to it? And it deals with your unconscious and your emotional states, your higher spiritual self, and trying to find this path, trying to find this purpose for your life, this purpose towards a particular goal. I don't always do this, but for you guys, I felt I should. So, the Unicorn Oracle. 2 cards came out. Talk about your feelings. Tell a friend how you feel. These 2 fell out together in the same spot. Pets. You love and understand animals. And then a little further across the floor, we have love. The answer you are looking for, the answer you are seeking is love, right? So this to me, pets are much easier to talk to than people, right? It's easy to talk to a pet about your feeling, be it a dog, a cat, any other animal. I mean, even a plant, they respond. They understand. They have, pets have anxieties, they have fears, they have stuff that they want to accomplish. Maybe it's not as lofty as what humans want to accomplish, or we don't understand why they want to accomplish it. They don't understand why we go to work in the morning or why we want to go to work, right? Their world is a little bit different than ours, but at the same time, it's similar. And a lot of times, pets are easier to talk to than other humans. It's easier to get that sense of caring and compassion and the sense that somebody or something understands you and sympathizes with you, but doesn't necessarily have like a pitying attitude, like an I'm better than you are type attitude towards you, which a lot of times when you're trying to talk about your feelings to another person, sometimes even if they don't mean to, they come off like that, like your experience is nothing, I've experienced this much worse, or that type of attitude. And so a lot of times it's easier to talk to your pet. It's easier to talk to an animal. It's easier to be around an animal because their expectations for us aren't the same as what they are for another human being, right? So if you don't have a pet yourself, if you don't have an animal, a plant that you live with and take care of and look after, sometimes you can, in America there are now cat cafes. You can always volunteer at shelters. They're usually looking for volunteers. If you want to give more of a commitment but not fully adopt a pet, you can foster pets usually, or you can, dog sit or house sit. There are companies that even, and people that even pay you to spend time with their animal, with their dog or their cat or bunny or whatever their pet is, because they're going on vacation or because they work during the day. A lot of times, even the unpaid ones you can volunteer for. Or you could just ask a friend, can I spend time with your dog? Can I spend time with your cat? If you don't feel pulled towards an animal, you can try going out in nature. You can talk to a plant. Plants appreciate it. On a physical level, they appreciate the carbon dioxide we breathe out and they give us oxygen in. But on a spiritual level, they also understand that you're talking to them. They understand that you're paying attention to them and you want their attention. Everything needs to be needed to some extent or the other. It needs to be part of the whole that is the world. It needs to be part of the system. And it needs to be understood. And understood as being a part of the system, a part of the group. I hope this made sense. At the bottom of Druidcraft, we have Hangman and Seven of Cups. So, sacrificing in order to put institutions and routines, to put knowledge into a place where you can then harvest it, and having that possibility to harvest it. And then Six of Pentacles, which is a balance of giving and receiving. So that's a balance of your life force, of your ideas, of, you know, trying to balance your work and your personal life, trying to balance, you know, what you want versus what other people want. And Six of Cups, which is a lot about that, and air signs also got Six of Cups. So that's, you know, trying to balance all these things going on, trying to figure out this knowledge and this way to do this routine. Sometimes just talking to something else, like I said, a pet or nature, can help you figure this out, can help you work through what you need to work through in order to find your path. I just saw 2121 when I said find your path. Sorry for the long reading. I'm just rambling now. Have a great Friday. I'll see you tomorrow.